What's up, everyone? This is the BumCast on this Bears Victory Monday. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney and Dougie, fresh and bear down, gents. It is Bears Victory Monday. Good to keep the winning ways going. Dougie, that is. Did you get a haircut?
Yeah, bald stool came through for me.
Best you've ever looked, brother. Best you've ever looked.
Thank you. Now, shout out Joey P for the mask, Sandy P.
Yeah, psycho clown. I got one too. I didn't wear it. I will wear it eventually.
I have mine on the counter. I thought about putting it on for the start of the show too.
Yeah, mine's in the kitchen. I wore it yesterday to scare my kids. It was awesome.
I scared Sarah after she was doing laundry.
Nice.
I want to wish everybody a happy Life Day for those that celebrate. It's Life Day today, guys.
Life Day today? So what does that mean? I'm happy. I should be happy to be alive.
Life Day. It's the basically the Christmas for Wookiees.
Christmas for Wookiees. Is that okay? I did not know that.
Look it up.
Seems
talk about on the Baloney Show.
Okay. Good top. That's teaser for Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the fuck's going on right now.
Yeah. Okay, you got it. So you had the nice facial. Now you got the nice hat too.
Yeah, a little cream sleeve action. Yeah.
The legendary cream.
Yeah.
From the Janitor Hall of Fame.
Yeah, right.
Custodian Hall of Fame.
Oh man, I could use a custodian at my house, boys.
Yeah, what happened here? Tell the story, because we only got you text us two hours before the show, says, "Hey, I got pipe problems," and I'm like, "Yeah, what else is new?" But it's your own house. The call is coming from inside the building.
Yes, exactly. Dude, I'm telling you, so this whole weekend has just been a shit show. Mary and Madison are both sick. They've been sick since Thursday, Friday. So it's been a shit show, literally. And now today is the culmination of that shit show. Sewer backed up. Sewer backs up. I hear fucking gurgling, and it was like,
wasn't you?
No.
Wasn't you gurgling?
No. You know what? Actually, I'm going to get to that part of the story. I'm going to rewind to that. But I was like the dad from A Christmas Story. Like when he starts hearing the furnace and hearing the clank, I started hearing the fucking gurgling, and I'm like, oh no, the sewer's backing up. And sure enough, yep, sewer back up. But I have to tell you guys a little bit of a story. So since Thursday night, I've been sleeping on the couch.
What'd you do?
No, I just don't want to get sick. I don't want to get sick. We got vacation coming up. We're trying to quarantine everybody and just kind of keep everybody in their own rooms. So we're doing the thing. So lately we've been kind of dealing with Hunter is going through what I like to call his no limit soldier phase. At nighttime. Exactly, dude. At nighttime, when he doesn't have his pacifier blanket and baby, he just automatically like that, right?
Is he dropping the na-na-na? Is he doing the na-na-na?
He's not doing the na-na-na. Every so often we get a wah-wah-wah, but no na-na-na. So needless to say, I've been in the bedroom or in the living room. Mary's been in the bedroom or whatever. This kid flips out when it's me that answers the call. Okay. So I it's been a cool, like, little agreement that we've got between us or whatever. He acts like he's pissed to see me, so Mary has to go do that, right? Well, after this Goose Island, trying all these different stouts, your boy had a little bit of rumbling in the tummy, okay?
That's what happens after stouts.
Absolutely. So I'm in the living room. I let one rip. Mary thinks that it's Hunter from the bedroom with his but no, it was me in the living room with a She gets up, goes and checks on him, comes out to the living room and goes, he's got everything. What's the like, blast her out of the room, dude.
Fumigate.
Dude, it was a top tier moment for me that I was able to replicate my kids crying with a gasser and then blasted it home. And I didn't even have to worry about it. Cause you know what? If she's mad, she's mad. She's sick. I got no chance of getting nothing. You know, we're good. We're Gucci. I love it. It was a fun little night.
Now, do you think that your stouts are the reason why the toilet got clogged? Did you do it? Did you pull a me?
We might be coming full circle on this. I did not investigate the whole situation.
Did it smell like barrel aged stouts?
Yeah, dude, it was a little rough. It was a little rough, I will say. I tried my own supply and not well.
Never get high on your own supply.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Peter, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. We talk about it. We are chronically and almost incessantly online. And I had 2 tweets this came across the timeline that I've been thinking about nonstop. The first just happened today. And we are early in the season. But Jason, you are an aforementioned soup slut. I think we're all in the sloop. Our friend Candice had a question. Gun to your head. You can only eat 3 soups for the rest of your days. Which soups are you riding it out with?
All right. This is actually pretty fucking funny because we were at my in-laws last night for family dinner, and we ordered Chinese food, and I got hot and sour soup, which I'm a big hot and sour soup guy, and I said like I gotta do like top 10 soup power rankings, so I started doing it in my head. And then Candace comes out with the gun to your head. I was like, oh man, now this is a perfect opportunity. And I'm gonna have to drop my soup slut power rankings.
So you got them? Are you ready to go? Give me 10. I only asked for 3.
I have like top 5 here.
Okay.
So French onion.
Okay.
Lobster bisque. Gumbo.
All right. So, question: would you consider gumbo more of a stew?
I consider it a soup
because I didn't put like gumbo or even like is chili considered a soup?
Chili is not a soup.
Not unless it's Skyline. That shit's runny as hell. But I can jambalaya would be more of a stew.
Yes.
Nah, jambalaya is a meal. I mean, that's in a plate. You don't serve it. Over. I mean, you could put it in a bowl, but
so with rice, I mean, it's no different than chili, consistent wise.
Yeah.
All right. So gumbo is a soup.
Yeah. French onion, lobster bisque, gumbo, hot and sour, chicken tortilla, and then I was like I was debating like where I want to power rank like pho and tom yum, soup. Maybe throw in like loaded baked potato, cream of asparagus. I gotta shuffle the rest here, but I got a consensus like top 10 that I gotta work through.
Loaded baked potato is a solid soup. I like lobster bisque. The problem is like when you say gun to your head, lobster bisque, I can't have that every day. You can't have lobster bisque, 5 times a week.
Right.
A lot of your soups are of the fancy variety, but they are full meals, which I appreciate. Dougie?
Lobster bisque.
Okay.
100%. Yeah. Pasta fajoule.
That was my 1-1.
Yeah. Pasta fajoule. And then for the third one, it's a really hard toss up. I would go French onion, but I've had enough bad French onions in my day.
Yes.
That it's hard to say, like, because I'm not going to cook them every day. I'm going to go places and have that. I would have to go with chicken and dumplings.
That was another one. Yeah,
a solid one.
Yeah,
those are solid ones. Pasta fagioli 1-1.
Mhm.
I like soups that are hearty, got some noodles to them.
Mhm.
I did sopa de fideo. Joey P's in the comments. It's basically just like Mexican noodles with like tomato brothy.
Okay.
Sopa de fideo. That's like when you're sick, you got a cold, your mom makes it. That's more of like what would you call it? Like comfort food, if you will.
Sure.
And then I went with like an everydayer. I wanted something hearty, and I don't think it's everywhere. If you go to a diner, if you go to like the hot dog places around here with the Vienna, like everyone's got like the soup of the day.
Mm-hmm.
A beef barley. Beef barley is
Yeah.
a solid soup, and I like tossing a little bit of Valentina in the beef barley.
Mhm.
That's a solid meal in a pinch. So those were my three: beef barley, pasta fagioli, and then a sopa de fideo.
Okay.
But it was a good question. I saw it today, and I'm like, oh man, we got to start talking soup. It's soup season.
Soup
Yeah.
season, soup sluts season. Yeah.
And
Speaking of slut, shout out to Gordo. Never a
Speaking of
doubt.
slut,
Cheers, Gordo.
salute,
Thank
Gordo.
Never a doubt, Gordo. Never a doubt.
you. Never a doubt.
And then my second, and now this, I tweeted about it last night. I've been thinking about this since Saturday, and our friend of the program, Grass Money Bob, I don't know how, I might have to ask him to come on.
You say grass money or gas money?
Gas Money. What did I say before? What did it sound
It sounded like grass money, Bob.
Grass Money Bob's a guy I know of.
Right. Yeah.
He had this tweet, and I had a conversation with Johnny. I talked about it with Julie. I talked about it with a couple people. Conversation I'm having right now. How many songs do you think you know at least one line of with the lyrics? 10,000, 100,000, or 1,000,000?
I don't even think I know 100,000 songs. Like that's a shit ton of songs.
I think you do. So I started trying to quantify it while I was watching the Bears game last night or yesterday. And then you start thinking about like just all of like the top 100 songs of each year that you don't even listen to the artist. Like I know probably 25 Backstreet Boys songs, and I don't even give a fuck about the Backstreet Boys. Same with NSYNC and all these things. Now add in the songs and artists you do know, plus song jingles, like theme songs, like music or video game levels. And like, so me and Julie driving to a concert last night. We're like, let's just play random Spotify 50s and 60s playlist. Songs that you wouldn't think we knew every song. And it's like, so it's like, it seems like 100,000 is a crazy number. Like it seems like it's too much. Immediately I was like, that's way too much. It's got to be like closer to like 30,000 maybe, or 50,000. But if you just need to know like one lyric or sentence to it, it might be more than you think. I have to figure it out. I need to talk to like a mathematician or something.
Yeah, you need to like get like the beautiful mind and like get the big erase board. And I think 100,000. I don't even know if I ever listened to a total of 100,000 songs like in my life. That just seems like a shit ton.
Yeah, I got to go with Sam's comment. I know probably about 100,000 songs, but I don't know if I'm singing the lyrics right. They're just right to me, So if I'm saying like, yeah, I know the lyrics, like I'm, back in the day used to look at the CD book and read the lyrics, maybe, but dude, there are a lot still to this day. There's a lot of times when you just pop on like the YouTube version of it and it's like the lyrics and you're like, oh shit, that's the word.
Yeah, but like, you don't need to know the whole song, just like a sentence of it.
That's what I'm saying. But like, yeah, I mean, like, dude, some of these things you're like, it sounds like this, but it ain't that, like, I don't know. I'd say maybe 10,000, maybe.
It's 40 years later, and I still don't know what the hell Informer was singing besides Boom Boom Down.
Informer.
Make it boom boom down.
Yeah, that guy was on some gibberish. Maybe that's the one song we don't know.
He might have been on
I didn't know.
some gibberish.
I might be way off with the 100,000 thing, but I can't figure out how to quantify it. I want to sit down and try to figure it out. So shout out to Candice and Gas Money Bob. They got me thinking this weekend.
Ooh, that's something you don't want to do on a weekend.
Yeah, that's
I got
terrible
nothing else
place
to do.
for me.
Guys, I got something I got to show you here.
Uh-oh.
You order pizza. We order pizza. Domino's, is one of the name brands. They're doing a rebrand, guys. I don't know if you saw this.
No.
Would you order your Domino's box in a fancy black and gold container like that?
What's wrong with the red, white, and blue, baby?
They are doing a rebrand, and they're coming out with these black and gold Domino's boxes. In addition to the blue and but they're making them like dice shaped now. So there's 1, 2, but now they're trying. I guess they're trying to get elite, get a little fancy here.
Yeah, if they're not rebranding the taste, no.
You get this fancy box. Yeah, like my son Summer just said, some shitty ass pizza in there.
This is putting lipstick on a pig, is what this is. Like, there's no reason. I mean, yeah, we're talking about it, so it's getting the people, like media attention or whatever, and like some extra eyeballs on it. But no one's gonna order pizza for the packaging. The best pizza in the world comes in a shitty bag with the map of Italy on it, and you rip it open in 1 second. Like, that's the best pizza. I don't care about a box.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny that they're that this is deciding how they're trying to get like more elevated with some fancy packaging.
Luis Robert Jr. is hyped as shit right now.
Yeah,
yeah. Second thing I saw that was kind of cool. You guys remember the movie Terminator 2?
Mm-hmm.
So of the movie, what do you think is like one of the most memorable parts of that movie in general, encompassing the entire thing?
The scene is him getting dipped into the molten lava with a thumbs up. That's what I remember.
Oh.
The chase scene, the scary ass chase scene with the T-1000 fucking chasing the car. That was good.
My favorite scene was the jackass stepfather with the like fucking knife through him in the milk. Like,
yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go outside the box, and that's scene. One of the best parts of Terminator 2 is
the theme song,
the music,
the music. Yeah.
Yes. So in London, starting next year, they are launching a immersive screening of Terminator 2 where they're doing a live orchestra with the movie.
Hell yeah.
I'm all in that. It makes me almost want to get a ticket to go to London to see like the London Symphony Orchestra doing during the whole movie.
It took this long to do this?
Yes. They've been doing this though. They've been doing it at least for like Star Wars. I know like Raiders of the Lost Ark and like a bunch of different movies like that. They've been doing those type of. They do it for Disney movies too with like a orchestra. They do it in I forgot the. Shit. My memory is gone to shit nowadays. But there's the Hollywood Bowl in California. They do a lot of those type of shows.
I mean, I understand Indiana Jones because that series sucks.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna argue with that. I didn't really care for it all that much, but I understand like the music is the same with Terminator though. That is iconic.
Yeah. It is.
The soundtrack is iconic, like especially like the chase scenes, the dun 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 dun.
Yeah, now I'm like going back to try and think of the music in there. I might have to rewatch it just to.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it is probably one of the top S tier sequels.
Oh yeah.
In the past 50 years, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say, Godfather 2 and
Empire.
Empire. I think, T2 is definitely up there as far as the elite sequels. But I think it's really cool going like having a live orchestra, doing the Terminator soundtrack with it. I hope that travels to the States because That'll be an expensive concert to go see.
If you want to do it at your house, we could get a projector and I could get like a mariachi to like they'll probably learn the thing and give it half a day.
I was gonna say, for a couple bucks on the street, we can get the Bucket Boys to do it too.
Yeah, the Bucket Boys can do it. We could do it live in Lot B.
Ooh, I like that. Doing it live. So before we get some Bears talk, I do have a baseball question for you guys because
in November,
because it is free agency is up with the White Sox and everything, and I saw a lot of people were on opposite sides of the fence about Josh Naylor and him going back to Seattle and like, oh, the Sox they should get him, and like no, like I'm on the side of I didn't want him on the Sox. But my question to you, I just want to throw some over-unders on you guys. And let's say, for over-unders for Sox free agent signings and for trades. So for trades, over-under 4.5.
This off season or throughout this calendar year, like the actual season?
The off season.
Under 4.5
under.
seems like an ass ton.
Yeah.
I know the tea leaves were, all of this week, the internet was up in arms about Caro and Teal, and one of them might get traded, or like people are fishing and poking about Edgar Caros. But even then, seems like it's like more
this is
smoke.
like including minor leagues and everything too. Minor league trades.
Yeah, that makes things different because
I'm not talking major league roster. I'm talking, stuff in the minors as well.
I mean, that's most of our rosters, minor leaguers.
I'm still saying under 4.5.
Yeah.
I feel like that seems like a big number.
I just don't think that. Think that
minors is different. I don't know how many people get like traded that we don't even hear about,
Yeah. I just don't think our GM is capable of doing that many transactions, like I just don't see it. That's a lot of work.
I'd be curious to see if someone does come in with the high offer for Luis Robert, and obviously, Cuero has been, the talk of trades.
Mm-hmm.
So does someone give us something for Benintendi? Probably not, but
he's here for the long haul.
Yeah,
they do.
Now signings, I think you could see more signings, and I'm definitely not saying it's big name. But, a couple, 2-3 relievers that help bolster up the bullpen, which I don't think they need to do that because you don't really need a bullpen when you're still, fighting for last place. But there are signings you can make to, help out, depth in the outfield and just another veteran presence, things like that. So what's the number on free agent signings? Because I would probably go over on that one.
For the major league roster,
major league roster.
Okay, let's set it at. Let's go 5.5.
Under. Never mind.
Okay, all right. Okay, 3.5. 3.5 was my 3.5. My original
four was the number in my head. 4. It's probably over than that because you are going to sign a couple pitchers, maybe a depth piece. That's a good number. But yeah, over at that number. This came out of nowhere. I like that we're talking baseball. I feel like we haven't talked White Sox in goddamn.
Well, I mean, yeah,
half a year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Number in my head was 5. Because if they do make any type of a trade, I'm going to assume that it's going to involve multiple players, not like a 1-for-1. And I think that that's going to take the roster down. And the White Sox are good every year for signing, just some random bullshit, just to, make or fill. So I'm going to go 5.
5. Okay. So 3.5, over 3.5 for free agents, 4.5 for trades. And I'm going to ask one final question before we talk Bears.
Okay.
Do they finally give $100 million contract this year?
No.
Not this year.
Post lockout is where I when Big Daddy Ishbia gets closer to the 2029, well, I think like the carrot dangling over the horse that we are all like just striving towards. Then we get closer to that. Then I say, I don't think it's this year for sure. No.
Yeah, I just don't see a point in it right now. Like they're not contending. So what's the point in spending the money right now?
Plus, potential lockout happening anyways. So that's not happening. All right. Okay. Real quick, Southside Food Drive, $1 equals 3 meals. We're partnering up with a whole bunch of great people from the White Sox Twitter community and put on by our friends at the All Sports scene. But we're trying to do good for people. We've raised over 20. I haven't checked over since the last weekend. Is anyone know the number now?
Sam's in the comments. Give us an exact tally, my friend.
Yeah. I know we were over 20K. And we just gotta keep donating. Help these people out. And Thanksgiving is right around the corner. So you can check any one of these you see on the screen here, any one of these fine groups, Twitter accounts, Instagram accounts, you'll find the link and just keep donating. And thank you to everyone who's already donated. Helping out a lot of people this year.
20,853. So let's get the 21,000 by, a couple, 2-3 days, maybe tomorrow. And then go from there. Cause we kept saying, the initial push was awesome. Unbelievable. The Southside Food Drive kept climbing the all-time records and there's still some big names that we passed and we can pass because we still got a good, I'm not saying half a month, but almost half a month to keep on going. So like Jason mentioned, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. There are a lot of people in need, and 3 meals for $1 seems like something that we could all, contribute a little bit.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right. Before we get to some Bears talk, let's pay some bills. Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook is your one-stop shop for all your liquor needs. Since their remodel, they have increased their bourbon allocation, they have an expanding portfolio of popular additive-free tequilas and mezcals, and for you beer lovers, a great craft beer selection, plus some rare and vintage stouts. And before you leave, stop by their tasting bar and try some of our exclusive Bourbon Bum single-barrel picks before you take one home. That's Green Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, conveniently located right off of Route 53 and I-55 in Bolingbrook. Tell them the Bump sent you. All right, guys, it is Bears Victory Monday, 7 and 3. We are taking the North. We have taken the North, top of the division for the first time since 2018. Awesome. Ben Johnson I saw an insane stat. Ben Johnson has 4 road wins in 6 games. Eberflus had 3 in 22. It only took Ben Johnson 6 games to do better than Eberflus did in 3 years. That's an insane 2.5 years, basically. That's an insane stat. But another Cardiac Kids comeback, winning ugly win. Dougie, for the first time, had doubts about this win.
Never a doubt. That's what I'm saying. You can't even call them the Cardiac Kids when you don't have any doubts. You don't get excited. 50 seconds left, plenty of time.
Yeah. Devin Duvernay was the hero of this game with a nice kickoff return, getting awesome. It back to the 40-ish of Minnesota. And then obviously the Bears did what they did, but I want to start talking because there's been a lot of discourse about Cairo Santos, and he won the game, but he also put us in a negative position to begin with because he couldn't kick that 50-yard field goal. And there's a lot of people who were on Twitter yesterday after the win saying this is the Cairo Santos redemption. We're not going to talk bad about him anymore. And to that I say, I still want him off the team. He's more of a liability than an asset, at least in my opinion. And I want to know if you guys feel the same way.
I was waiting for you to say something.
No, it's fine. So yeah, I mean, we kind of said the same thing after that Green Bay Packers game last year. This was Cairo Santos's redemption. He puts it through the uprights, everything like that. We just don't have a choice now. Moody's gone. He just got signed today by the Commanders. So we don't really have a choice. I really hated to see him go. I would have much rather seen and I know it sounds ridiculous, but a 2-kicker thing to where you got one guy that does the long, one guy that does the short. I don't care. Like in college.
Heyo.
Yeah. I don't care. Carry the extra guy. Doesn't matter to me. Yeah, it's just it's a rough scene out here, man. It's the one doubt that I have is whenever he's going up there to kick.
So there is some doubts. All right. We're peeling back the onion here.
Yes.
Of Dougie's doubts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been out on Santos for the better part of 2 seasons now with the BumCast. That was the whole, I mean, the problem is I've been out on him. I keep being out on him. Nothing's going to change. Ryan Poles gave him a contract that extends past this season and next season. He's here for another 2 years, and it would be foolish to have some dead cap money on a kicker. It is what it is. And so that's what it is. I'll complain about it. I'll complain about it forever because it makes no sense that like your kicker can't kick 55-yarders regularly. Although he hit a 54 one yesterday, which was surprising. I said the noodle leg's a little al dente yesterday, which is good. And then he goes up and fucks up. But that being said, Jay, I know everyone's like, well, if he would have made that field goal, you wouldn't have been in this position. We could do that with the entire team. If the defense could stop J.J. McCarthy one time, they wouldn't be in this position. If Caleb Williams has a better game, they wouldn't be in this position. If Ben Johnson calls a better aim and just runs it down their throat, they probably are not in this position. So while I do like shitting on Cairo Santos, when we say it's a team effort and they're squeaking by these wins, they're also putting themselves in these bad positions as a team. Like there's multitude of reasons why this game was close, not just Cairo. But it is easy to pick on him because, like you mentioned, if he kicks it, we're not in this position.
Well, you know, on top of that, too, he shouldn't have even been in that place to begin with because of the blatant non-call for the face mask. Right. So he shouldn't. But that was, I think it was like a 47, 48 yarder that he missed. It wasn't even over 50. Right. And I'm looking at him right now on the season. He's 3 for 5. For kicks over 50 yards, 5 for 7 out of between 40 and 49. Then he's perfect within 40 yards. So obviously it's an issue. And he's also, you know, like his long is 54, you know, that's when you have nowadays, when you need someone to make you a 57, 58 yard field goal, it's an issue. I think that there's still a lot of the discourse that, you know, he's been redeemed and everything because he won us the game. You know, he's won us a couple, you know, walk-offs this season already, but it's a big issue that needs to be addressed in this offseason. And I'm not ready to, you know, just wipe a clean slate and say, thank you, sir, because we got a lot of hard games coming up and we're going to need every field goal. And we can't be worrying that, you know, that one missed field goal from 45 yards could potentially cost us a game against the Eagles or the Packers or the 49ers. So he can do all his little fucking dances, you know, and get a game ball and everything. But it's, I just, like you said, Dougie, I get doubts every time he's kicking. I really thought that in the elements at that time, it was going to be, or I'm sorry, not in the elements because it was indoors. At that distance, it was going to be, you know, a miss.
Well, I will say, Jay, like you mentioned, and we've been complaining about him not being able to kick the 55, 56, 57s. Like you see, like, you know, we're going to see somebody next week with Boswell where he's automatic from everywhere. But like Southside Jeff mentions, it's not like Ben Johnson's not going to go for it anyway. Like, even if you had a kicker with a leg, it just seems like, especially in this day and age as NFL, it almost seems foolish to kick a 55-yard field goal to give, like, potentially the proper field position to the opposing team, where you can just go for it. And in Ben Johnson's case, he thinks he can go for it at any time, anywhere. So while I do think it is important to have a kicker that doesn't have a noodle leg, to Ben Johnson, it might be a non-issue.
No, good point.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the easiest thing to do is we just need to start scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to solve this problem, is be better in the red zone. The Bears had 5 possessions where they got to the Vikings 40 or in, and they got 16 points out of it. Like, and I'm not saying they got to the red zone, but in plus territory, you got to score more points. And that is, Dougie, you nailed it. That's an easy way to get, like, pressure off your kicker.
Yeah. Especially when Caleb was struggling in this game. Not a pretty game by any sense of the means for him. 16 for 32, so that's 50% in completion for only 193 yards, no touchdowns, no ints. What's good, he did take a couple sacks, but a lot of inaccuracies, especially with the balls downfield, overthrowing Odunze a couple times, and then DJ Moore. Now there were a couple bad drops, which which is still, it seems to be an issue plaguing this team with just balls that are thrown on target and not catching it. But Caleb's got to figure out that deep ball, man, because yes, Ben Johnson says he doesn't want to be a 50-50 ball guy. They don't want to be a team if they're doing 50-50 balls. But when you have Rome open on some of those deep slants and you're overshooting a man, that's not how you can't keep, you can't win games by missing those shots. So I think, it just got to be something he works on throughout the week, throughout the offseason. He's got to get better at those deep balls.
Yeah, as much as I would love to see them, deep ball the shit out of this, I really honestly, I think that they just need to do what they're doing with the tight ends. They just keep on working that middle with the tight ends, and punish with the run, and then go with the tight ends. And I think that that's working, and I understand they want to get that long ball too. But I mean, when you got guys like DJ Moore, who sure hands as sure can be, and he's dropping them, it sucks. It sucks, but it's gonna happen. I know Baloney hates the dude, but Cole Kmet had a pretty solid game yesterday. Same thing with Loveland. I mean, I think if you just start working these two guys up the middle a lot and just keep pounding away at stuff, I think it'll open up some more stuff at the, deep ball wise. You just got to hope the accuracy starts to improve on like some of these good teams, because some of these good teams or whatever, with some good DBs or whatever, you're only going to get one or two like solid shots, to whereas, some of these other ones were, basically almost every one you got a couple steps on them. So you just got to be accurate, I guess.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say real quick, and it's weird because we saw in the Dallas game 2 perfectly good thrown deep balls for those first 2 touchdowns, and the flea flicker and then the open shot to Luther Burden. So he's got it, but I just, for some reason, it's been regressing, it seems. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily regressing, because he just never had it to begin with, and that was something that was shocking when we drafted him coming out of college. Accuracy was never an issue with him, and then immediately when he comes to the Bears, it seemed like erratic at times. The good thing is that the Bears, and I didn't check after this Vikings game, but pre-Vikings game, they were still leading the league in explosive plays of 20 yards or more. Now, that includes the run, but it also includes, like you mentioned, the seam routes to the tight ends and receivers running after the catch. So while they are missing the big plays, they're still converting big plays at a huge clip, a clip that's almost never before seen with the Bears, at least in our lifetime. So if that is the last missing piece, or one of the missing pieces of the puzzle, I think they'll figure it out. I think they'll be able to figure it out. I think Caleb has the talent enough to be able to figure it out, at least the deep ball. I will say, the beginning of the game, both J.J. McCarthy and Caleb Williams seemed like they never threw a football before. It was funny because, like, I was watching the game downstairs. Julie was upstairs watching the Steelers, and I had Landon with me. And we're at the point now where I'm trying to teach Landon how to throw. And, like when you have a toddler and you're kind of teaching him how to throw, you never know where this thing's going, because depending on arm angle and where you release it, it could be those 2 guys were basically throwing like Landon throws right now. Who knows where the hell that ball, especially JJ McCarthy. But like I mentioned, I do think that's something that Caleb can address and will address. But the offense as a whole they just seem disjointed. We talked about how that Cowboys game I thought was going to be the launching point to like a bigger, deeper passing attack. And that's regressed, but that's regressed because at one point, because they're so good with the run and they're still good. And even though this game, they just seemed like they never got into a rhythm. The offensive line and tight ends and Cole Kmet, who you mentioned, Dougie, are still blocking the shit out of people. There are some really good moments in that game where like they weren't committing penalties and they were running the ball and it felt like they were going to get into a rhythm. And then for some reason, it just never happened. So I do think Ben Johnson will be able to figure that out. And the fact that they're in first place without being able to play a complete game yet, like that's where it's exciting. It's exciting that I'm not saying this season, but sometime down the road next season or when you have your full complement of players in this system for a good amount of time, that's where it's the sky's the limit. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, you could see that, when we got to that third quarter, that because of Caleb's, struggles in the game yesterday, Ben Johnson was just running the shit out of the ball, with Monangai and Swift. And for their credit, Minnesota couldn't stop them, but I don't know if you guys remember a few games ago when Ben Johnson ran like, was it 10 or 11 runs in a row? That's what it reminded me of yesterday, because they just got so run heavy and Minnesota was gassed. They couldn't stop anything. And it was Ben Johnson knows how, you can tell he knows how to coach and knows when his guy isn't, doesn't have it. Everybody has an off day, right? Everyone has a bad day at the office. So, Minnesota isn't, an easy place to play, right? You're on the road. It's a loud place. The fans are rowdy, they're loud. It can be a I don't want to say intimidating, but a place where you can struggle, on the road. So good to see that the run game really took off. They did 39 carries total, 21 for Swift and then 12 for Monangai. So kind of an even Swift. Monangai, he did have the touchdown, but didn't have that same game like he had, the past couple games, only 23 yards on 12 carries. But Swift was really, kind of like just doing his thing for the past few games. So not targeted in the passing game, but that's okay. You want him to get up, run those up the seam, and get the yards in the first downs when he need to. And they needed him to get those short yards because there was times where you had like third and short and they were running it still. So good on him for converting a lot of those first downs. So yeah, good job on the run game. That's all I gotta say about that.
It's also good job, and we criticize Ben Johnson for not calling a complete game. But when Brian Flores is blitzing at like a 75% rate,
two-thirds,
he blitzed like 2/3 of the time on defense. Sometimes you got to call a third down, like run to kind of counteract that blitz. And that's where sometimes it's like, they're running it again on third down. But like when you're blitzing that much, you got to keep them off balance and kind of like either run in or pass into that blitz. And they were doing it. So it was crazy that like the other thing is like the line's playing better. The penalties seem to get better like the last couple of weeks. But like Caleb's ability to elude people, it's getting crazy, dude. It's getting like, I keep saying like I don't know how he keeps doing this week in and week out, but he's doing like people were saying Houdini online, but like he really is like pulling fucking rabbit out of a hat. Like there's times where he should be dead to rights, 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he somehow gets out of it. So that's turning into, instead of me saying oh shit, it's like, oh, this is turning into like a weapon of his. Like he's so good at it.
He took 2 sacks yesterday, but it could have easily been 6. Right?
Oh, yeah, and that was like even the announcers were noticing it. Like when he scrambled out of the one, they were like, "Oh, he does it again!" And it wasn't even like it ended up being like an incomplete pass, but like they're getting so excited about him like scrambling and getting away that like you're like, could you imagine like if he actually hit the receiver, like you'd be like, "Oh shit," but. It'll come together.
There was the play where like Dallas Turner was basically like grabbing him by the shoulder pads and he just like muscles out of it. And I'm like, holy shit, like where did this come from?
Yeah, I think we had that stat we showed on the podcast last week that he had like the most evasive, from sacks and everything. So he just keeps on, finding ways to get hit and get out of it. I don't really know how to explain it, but I guess it's one of his traits. And I will say one last thing that's off the top of my head here. It looks like Zacchaeus has been while he pipped, he did not get targeted in week 11. And Luther Burden got majority of the snaps.
Hand up. Yeah. We asked for more Luther Burden.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I jinxed him because last week on the podcast, I was raving about him being 16 for 16 with no drops. And like he's showed up when called his number, and we want more volume. Immediately drops a pass when he gets more volume, and I'm like, fuck, I think I jinxed him. But it wasn't just Luther Burden, like you mentioned. DJ Moore had a couple drops. The drops were bad again, but like I was like, damn, Luther Burden, as soon as I pull out the 16 for 16 stat, like he drops the next one. I was like, that's my bad. I'll hand up, that's on me.
Yeah. No, Luther Burden looks like he's going to be the starting slot guy going forward. And it was only a 1-year deal with Zacchaeus anyways, but I need more Luther Burden, man. The kid's explosive, and we need to see what he can do. All right. So rest of the season now. Next week we got the Steelers. Potentially sans Aaron Rodgers. Peter, this is your week.
This is my Super Bowl. For those, maybe there's some people in the comments that don't know. My wife's a diehard Steelers fan. She already started the bullshit. We're gonna talk about it during Bums and MVBs, but she bummed me for no reason. It's not like I'm out there playing. But yeah, we'll be at the game. I know. We've been to 5 Bears Steelers games, and the Bears are 4-1, I believe. Or maybe 3-1, but I'm looking to make that another one this week. And we talked about it. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I have said this Steelers game is the last of the, like, you have to win to make things easier in the long road. Whether or not it's Aaron Rodgers, I don't care. Like, yes, I understand. He wants to play. He's got a broken wrist. He loves playing in Chicago. He is, he owns Soldier Field, and he is our boogeyman. But you can't sit there and tell me that the Aaron Rodgers of 2025 is the same guy that haunted us for so many years. So whether it's Aaron Rodgers or Mason Rudolph, I think the Bears have to come out and basically put a statement out there. I do expect them to win this game. But then after that, you go to 8-3, and that's when we talk about, like, you're probably going to drop some games because the schedule gets nasty pretty quickly. So it's like you just got to make if they win this game, then we're really talking playoffs. I know it's crazy not to say they're in the hunt, or I mean they're in first place, so they technically are in the playoffs. But there's so much football left, and you know how it could get sideways real quick on a Chicago Bears team. We've seen this time and time again. So you need to keep stacking those wins, and this is the last piece of that puzzle. If you get to 8-3, and then you're basically there. You just got to play 500 ball, or even less than 500 ball. Get the 10 wins. I think people are saying 10 wins probably will make it, and they're unsure of it. But I think if you get the 10, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Bears can handle the Steelers at home, especially with a hurt Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, then you got the Eagles, and then you got 49ers coming up. You got Green Bay. It gets much tougher. Green Bay, Jordan Love still isn't, he's not lights out. Josh Jacobs looks like he got his knee banged up, yesterday in the game. The receiving corps, they lost Tucker Kraft. They still don't have Jalen Reed. Matthew Golden is, right. Like the receivers don't really scare you, especially since, potentially by that Green Bay game, we could have Jalen Johnson back. They finally opened up his practice window. They got 21 days to activate him off activate him to the roster now. So we could potentially be getting Jalen Johnson back. It sounds like we might get Kyler Gordon back as well.
And TJ Edwards. TJ Edwards is on his way back.
So I think, you handle the Steelers. You got the the Black Friday game, and that's at that point it's going to be like a sort of mini bye. You'll have the extra couple days, between games. But yeah, I think if you get this defense healthy in time for Packers, I think we have a very good shot. The Eagles, I watched the game yesterday with the Eagles, right? That game didn't impress me at all. So the Eagles aren't barn burners like they were the past couple seasons. I think they're having a little bit of their Super Bowl fatigue now as well. And Barkley's regressing, and as we kind of figured he would at his age. And then obviously AJ Brown has his issues. But they
lost Lane Johnson this week.
Yeah. Like the Eagles just don't give me that same level of fright as they did, past couple seasons. So anything's possible right now.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts with his deep ball yesterday was atrocious. Was absolutely atrocious. This is what I need. This is exactly what I need. If Aaron Rodgers does play that game, I need that Brett Favre Minnesota game chalk outline. Put him out of the game. If he feels man enough to show up with his little limp wrist, put him out of the game. Put him out of the game. Go old school fucking Saints. Put a bounty on his ass.
End his career. Retire him 7 weeks early.
Yeah, I'll be honest. That the stadium, if it is a repeat of the Brett Favre game in Minnesota, that crowd would be electric. And I'm not, obviously, we always talk about you don't wish injury on somebody. I honestly want Aaron Rodgers. I know people are like, oh, good, he's hurt and stuff like that. I want the best of the best from Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, exactly. Where's Shane McClellan when you need him? That'll be Austin Booker. Austin Booker's playing well again. I sound like all of these podcasts sound like a broken record because it's like they win the same way. We talk about the same things. And now this is week 3 of me saying Austin Booker seems like he's, rounding in the form from preseason where like he's getting his hands on people and he looks like he looks to be like a guy that could cause some problems. So like, yeah, I know the Steelers have 2 guys on their end with JJ Watt and Highsmith that like they could get to the quarterback nasty. And I don't know if Caleb could do Caleb Houdini things against Highsmith and or TJ Watt, but the Steelers are in a position where I think the Bears can beat them. So we'll see.
Yep. All right. What's this standings look like, Peter, for the playoff hunt?
Dude, I clipped this and put it up there only because goddamn 257 episodes of the BumCast this late into the season. I don't think we've had a first place team at all. And I'm talking baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever. We're looking at a first place Chicago Bears team on November 17th, which after that 0-2 start, I didn't think was going to happen, but I'll take it. Like we said, we're not apologizing for this, the winning ugly. I don't care how you do it, by hook or by crook. You could call us frauds on the internet, and I believe to be, I mean, there is a little bit of like, luck involved, but a lot of people say you make your own luck, right? And all of the bad breaks that happened last season seem to be good breaks this season. So thank you, Ben Johnson. Thank you, Caleb Williams. Thank you, whoever you want to thank. We ain't apologizing for first place, but this is the one that I like this. I want to put up there because the playoff picture, we're talking playoffs in November, which we didn't think so.
Playoffs?
Beautiful graphic.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Love it. I saw a pretty wild tweet today that a guy put that, yeah, you can call us, frauds or unlucky. And what's insane is that we're 2 plays away from being 9-1 and 4 plays away from being 3-7.
Yeah. And it's true, but that's the whole any given Sunday thing, right?
Yep.
Like you could probably do that for the majority of these teams, like the Panthers that are 6-5. And we talked about Bryce Young kind of turning it on at the end of last season. He had an all-time day yesterday, but that's another one of those teams where like they're 6-5. They could easily be like 8-2, or they could be like, a 3-win team. Like the NFL is so crazy, especially this year. Nobody really stands out. And we did the exercise yesterday or last week, like kind of as a joke. kind of see where the Bears stand, and we said 14th or 13th overall.
Mm-hmm.
This week it seemed like everyone regressed, and we could. A lot of teams that could be called frauds, like the Bears, like the Colts, like the Patriots, like they keep winning. So it's like, at what point do they just become decent teams?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had the stat up yesterday. Kansas City this year, I believe it's like 0-6 in one-score games. Last year, I think they were like, I forgot, like 11-0 in one-score games. Like the difference between one score is it's crazy. Yeah. It really is. And I mean, last week I was calling the Denver Broncos a fraud, and they went out and they beat Kansas City. Now, is it the Kansas City of old? I don't think so. I think Kansas City's trending to down. Fuck you, Taco. I think that there's a massive shift in this league right now, and it's nice to see. It's refreshing, especially since it's our shift.
Hell yeah. All right. Before I wrap up the Bears talk, we got one more thing we got to promote and that's for our watch party at the Ramova on Black Friday, Week 13 against the Eagles. We just talked about them. The Eagles don't scare us anymore. Not as much, maybe a little bit, but not as much. It's our Black Friday game. Kickoffs at 2 p.m. So we're going to be day drinking. So get ready for a darty, as some people like to call it, as the youths like to call it. I just call it good old-fashioned day drinking. And it's free to show up, but we got the best package in town, $35. Get you 5 house brews, plus a great buffet of Sloppy Joe, of Ramova chili, French onion dip, and house-made sausage and peppers. You can't beat that for $35. And it's on a 20-foot board. We're going to be doing some squares, giving away some jerseys and stuff. So RSVP if you haven't, buy your food and beverage package, and we're going to see everyone on Black Friday for the holiday hangover.
Thursday is for the family. Friday is for the Bears.
The Bears, yes. All right. So we got one more sports thing, and we're gonna give him a segment. Dougie wants a hockey minute. We're gonna have the La Pantera rah ready here. But Dougie, puck talk.
All right, drop the puck. All right, so I'm just gonna tell you some random stuff on why you should be excited about this Blackhawks team this year. Last year at this time, through 18 games, they only had 13 points, bottom of the league. This year through 18, we've got 22 points. We're technically tied for third in the conference, top of the wild card spot due to the loss to Winnipeg. Bedard right now, fourth in points, behind some absolute bangers. You got McKinnon, McDavid, and Celebrini, whatever, no big deal. Reason to be excited about Spencer Knight, and Spencer Knight is that dude. Let me tell you exactly why, okay? He's tied for third in the league with wins. He's second alone with save percentage, with a 0.924 save percentage. He's third amongst shots in the league, defending shots, okay? The guy ahead of him has played 4 more games and only has 38 more shots that he's faced against them. So that just gives you an idea of exactly how many shots that this dude is taking and stopping. The moment that this dude gets a little bit of a defense in front of him, you're going to see a turn. The big turn that we've seen this season is goals against and goals for. Last year, goals against, at this point, we were at 56 goals against, 43 on the season. This year, we've flipped the script. 46 against, 59 goals through 18 games. So these boys are scoring. The big thing is they just got to kind of keep on the roll. They got to do a little bit more with some road trips and stuff like that. The West Coast road trips have always been a heel of theirs. They did pretty solid the first one, splitting it up. Tomorrow night, UC, big game, 7:30 puck drop, going against the worst team in the NHL, the Calgary Flames. Just beat them a couple weeks ago, 4-0 in the shootout. They've only got 13 points in 20 games, and that's under a motherfucking minute. Let's go, boys.
Hell yeah.
That was good. Good.
Buy this shirt. Buy this shirt. It's Hockey Night in Chicago. Night.
We had a hockey night.
BigCartel.com.
The Saturday game that we were at was Hockey Night in Canada. that was a perfect time to show you the Hockey Night in Chicago.
Hockey Night in Chicago, baby.
Ended up winning. That's a good question by Prez. Do they have 3 wins in them? I know Chief has been pumping up this stat that 80% of teams in playoff spots that go into the playoff in Thanksgiving make it when the season ends, and that is not Canadian Thanksgiving, that is American Thanksgiving. So,
yeah,
Dougie, can they make it? Are they a playoff team?
They're looking more and more like a playoff team.
Sounds like you have some doubts.
I do have my reserves. I have my reserves. Never a doubt. Reserves. The one thing that I'm going to need to see is how they react at the trade deadline. How they react at the trade deadline is going to be a real telling sign. I truly believe that they're going to hype up some of these players, and you're going to see some guys that you might necessarily not want to see go. That's just my feeling. I hope that they go balls deep and they go out there and be buyers instead of sellers. So I think that this team is trending a year ahead of where they should be, and only time will tell. But as far as Prez's question goes, I think that they have 2 wins in them, maybe in overtime or a shootout loss. So I think they've got a good 5 points out of the 6 that they might actually need.
All right.
Puck talk.
And speaking of our Hockey Night in Chicago shirt, play a name.
ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com is the home for all Chicago sports bums merch. We have Bears, Hawks, socks, and Bums merch available. Anything you need to get ready for a big game or a Chicago Sports Bums event. Remember, all profits go directly back into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates to keep the beer and food free for everyone. So head over to ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com and pick up a couple Toot Tree shirts today.
Like this one.
Yeah.
Our new updated Bears crossword puzzle featuring Jalen Johnson, since Keenan Allen is no longer on the team.
Yeah.
So, all right. Time for some headlines. Peter, what you got for us this week?
Well, the first headline I got is something we've been complaining about for the last couple of weeks. So now I don't know if Jason wants to continue to complain, but YouTube.
Well, I'm going to complain.
YouTube is happy to share that they've reached a deal with Disney to bring back their content to YouTube. Subscribers see channels like ABC, ESPN, FX returning to their service. Thank you for being a patient and valued member. They're back, baby. The long national nightmare is over.
Yeah. I really want to know who caved. Because if it's YouTube TV, I'm going to bum the fuck out of them, because you already know that next March we're getting a increase from $82 a month to $95 a month or something.
That's coming regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're never going to say that, who caved or whatever the deal was. But, they're going to send the email with the price increases, and they're going to vaguely, say, well, it's because of increasing costs, and we got to give you the best service, and blah, blah, blah. Even if Disney caved, YouTube's still going to disguise it as a rate increase because of all this bullshit. So it's coming. You're getting ass fucked, whether you want to or not. So, but stretch, grab your ankles, maybe get some lube, because it's coming. Literally and figuratively.
Sounds pleasant.
It won't be on your bank account.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, the consumer gets fucked as usual.
Yeah, that's how I had the tweet out there. It's Putin and Kim Jong-un shaking hands and sucking each other's dick, where it's like Disney and YouTube, Disney and Google of all people. And yeah, we're the ones that get screwed.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, at least I get. What's crazy is, like, everyone's complaining about Monday Night Football, and I saw a lot of people complaining about Dancing with the Stars. I was complaining about ABC 7 weather, because I didn't realize, obviously, local ABC was a part of that. And of all the weather stations in Chicago, ABC 7 is the only one worth a damn now that Tom Skilling has retired. So I was pissed that I couldn't get my weather. That's like the oldest. That's the oldest thing I ever got.
Dude, that is the oldest take ever.
I'm sorry.
Well, at least you're not a CBS guy. That's when you know. That's when you know you're officially old. Is when you start watching all the NCISs.
Steve Baskerville has been calling the weather for the better part of 20 years.
You never feel older than when that CBS game ends and they throw on 60 minutes.
Well, that's the problem.
You can't grab that remote fast enough when you start hearing
Yeah.
That's the problem is now we're getting of the age where a couple of the 60-minute stories are intriguing.
Relevant.
They're relevant to us. And we're like, when I was a kid or like, even in my 20s, I didn't give a fuck about 60 minutes. Now
it was funny.
We're gonna tell you about the next hot water heater scam.
Last night at dinner at the in-laws, they have a small little TV in their kitchen, and as we were sitting down to eat, the Chiefs and the Broncos game was wrapping up, and 60 Minutes comes on. They hear the ticking, and my mother-in-law immediately was like, "Get the remote, change the channel."
I thought you turn it up.
Football. Yeah.
All right. Next up is it's going on right now, and I know he's got like one or two more pay-per-views left, but today's his last
series, and then the Saturday night main event.
Yeah, and so John Cena is hanging up the jorts. I got the image up there. All time. I mean, AI is a problem, and I don't know. Netflix has enough people on there that they probably shouldn't be using AI. They could have actually made this image, but an all-time image of John Cena and the jorts hanging up into the rafters. My question to you guys, because it is a big deal. Where does Cena rank in your guys' like all-time, because he's an all-time wrestler. You can't deny it. The longevity, the main events, the titles. He's not necessarily our favorite wrestler, or at least my favorite wrestler, but I do, I can respect the career he's had. Where does he rank for you guys?
Yeah, I don't think for me he's in my top 5, and maybe bottom top 10 or in that 10 to 20 range, even though he's had the most titles. And a lot of that was just bullshit. Vince McMahon just shoving him down our throat and giving him title after title after title and making him Super Cena, never doing the character development on him and stuff like that. You're talking all-time greats, spanning between, the past 40 years. I think he was just a product of Vince McMahon and, and because of all the Make-A-Wish stuff that he did, that was why he got so many titles and kept winning all the time. From a wrestling standpoint, he's better than, Austin, Rock, but he also wasn't, super tech. He's not Bret Hart, or any like that kind of stuff. So I don't know if he's in top 10 for me, but that's just me. I think it was more of a product of his time in Vince McMahon.
Absolutely. That was very well said. I agree with Jeff. Yeah. His best work was the Make-A-Wish, making kids happy and stuff like that. He, for me, it was just Vince McMahon trying to create his next Hulk Hogan, just somebody that he could, make tons of money on merch on, everything like that. I mean, I think Cena was probably one of the first ones that just started doing like city by city shirts and stuff like that. And he just never did anything for me. He had really good mic skills, but the dude was known for having like 5 total moves. He's probably somewhere in between my top 15 to 20, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. So I guess my argument would be like John or Dougie, you mentioned like Vince McMahon trying to recreate his next Hulk Hogan. Mm-hmm. He was the next Hulk Hogan. Obviously, we weren't 10 years old when John Cena was at his peak, like we were with Hogan. And I think that's where a lot of the resentment comes from people our age. But he for sure was Hulk Hogan to a decade's worth of kids. And I saw a shout out. I mean, he was on the Baloney Show last week, but Robbie made a video arguing why Cena should be the greatest of all time. And it really is basically not only the money and everything, but the longevity of when he did it. Like Hulk Hogan at his peak in WWE was 8 years. You know, Bret Hart way less than that. Even Rock 4 or 5 years. Austin 4 years of like peak stuff. Whereas Cena's been doing it for 10, 15 years. So that would be the argument. Obviously, it just doesn't resonate with us because we weren't that age. But I think he has to be like, at least in my eyes, not even because of the wrestling, but what he meant to the business. He has to be at least like top 6. I'm not saying Mount Rushmore, but he is up there. At least for me, he is.
Yeah, I was
50,
never a big
50 to
Cena guy.
20.
Yeah. Right with you, Dougie.
I mean, I'm just going off of entertainment value for myself. You know, like that's it. That's it. So
Killed Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
You know what it is though, for people our age, he made it really easy for us to hate him too. And that goes along, right? It's always like you should be getting cheered or getting booed. And he got 50-50 of that wherever he went. The whole let's go Cena sucks thing. And that's where like you got the kids loving you and you got the adults hating you. That's best for business, like Joey P said.
All right, what else you got?
All right, next up is a food. This is shocking. I know Julie was listening earlier, and I forgot to tell her this when I read it. I read it a couple hours ago. Flamin' Hot Cheetos will no longer be red. Starting in December, new dye-free Flamin' Hot Cheetos will be sold. And I guess Frito-Lay it's technically PepsiCo that owns the Frito-Lay brand. They're doing this with the Flamin' Hot Cheeto brand and Doritos. So they're going naked, if you will. No more bright red fingers for everybody.
Hey, I guess that's one of the worst things about eating Cheetos is, just having the stained red hand. Yeah. I've been all for this for years. I've been just get rid of all like the colored dyes and everything. I think what really opened my eyes was when 20 years ago when, I was in Barcelona and you see Fanta and it's like yellow, like Fanta orange is like yellow. And you're just like, what the hell? That's not orange. That's not Fanta orange. That's like Fanta pineapple. But yeah, because they don't use any artificial food coloring. It tastes a little weird at first because you're eating more pure stuff over there. Yeah, exactly, Dougie. Your mind's like, oh, this is terrible. But it's actually much better for you because it's not all the added chemicals and shit. So about time that the companies are starting to do this. Get rid of all the fake stuff that we put in our bodies. That's why us three look like we do.
One of the reasons, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, seriously, honestly, I'm all for it. And kudos to them for doing it without being told to do it by the government. Like that is a huge, that's MVB type shit, Yeah. Yeah, honest to God, like, what do you care? Like, I think of the same thing of like Gatorades, like I wouldn't give a shit if they were all clear. Thank God help Cheetos.
My heart is not going to get as clogged anymore.
I agree with all of this as long as they taste the same.
Yeah.
As long as they taste the same, I don't give a fuck like what they look like. Like, what's funny? I don't even have I shown you. We have like these like finger chopsticks for like Flamin' Hots that you could like so you don't get
awesome.
Yeah, I gotta show that. I might have to, you know what? For content, I might have to eat a bag of Flamin' Hots and show you guys the finger chopsticks that we use so that we don't have our fingers on.
You only get 2. You have to just go like
you like it like they go to like your thumb and pointer and you just like pick them up.
Well, what if I want to do like what I do and just go like claw?
You just got to get a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, you got because I like the crane,
you're gonna look like
claw.
You're gonna look like Edward Scissorhands grabbing the Cheetos.
Yeah, just don't forget and accidentally scratch your balls. That could get ugly.
Now, question for you guys: when eating Flaming Hots, if you had a chance at a time where you were eating them and you couldn't get your hands dirty, did you ever just do the?
Oh yeah, you just shovel it straight to the gullet. No, that's a pro move.
Yep.
Yeah. But I will tell you, it's gonna fuck up some people at parties because some people are gonna dive into that thing thinking they're regular Cheetos, and then
it's gonna take some getting. It's gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, last
else?
one. It's another food related thing. This was kind of all over the internet, but more necessarily on Reddit of all places. Oh, look, you know what? Give me a quick 2 seconds. These are the finger grabbers.
I thought they were going to be like mittens.
No. They're just like almost like little. I'm telling you, they're like finger chopsticks. You grab them, and no Cheetos dust on my fingers.
Yeah, I thought they were like little. I thought they were going to be like little thimbles, you know, and you go.
I was hoping they were going to be little hands, like yours,
like actual fake fingers.
Yeah, yep.
Fancy,
man. All right, last one. This was all over Reddit. I want to show you guys. Jason, it might be right up your wheelhouse, but there is a horny ass bakery, late night dessert shop.
Slutty buttons.
Not safe for work cinnamon rolls is opening in Grand Rapids. And if you guys could see the image, I'll read them out to you guys because it might be a little small on the graphic. And then for the people listening at home, I just want to know, Jason and Dougie, you guys are the food guys of the group. What are you guys ordering? Because there's a Cinna Slut. There's also a Nut Me, which is nut filling, sticky situationship, a Biscoff patty, double stuffed, express ho, wellness check. Jason, you've been on multiple podcasts, or at least one other podcast, talking about cream pie. So a cream pie filling, buttercream, toasted marshmallow, a wop, which is warm apple pastry, or a menage a tres leches, or a Chinese daddy. What are you guys ordering from the late night cinnamon roll shop?
You know what? I think for the all intents and purposes of going there and ordering, I'm gonna be like, can I get a nut me?
Yeah.
Can I get double stuffed?
You know what I'm ordering? I'm ordering mobily. That's what I'm ordering. I'm not saying any of that shit out loud.
Can I get a dozen cream pies?
Yeah. I will say the WAP sounds delicious.
The warm apple pastry sounds great, right?
Sucker for like apple pie type shit.
And you could even like mix it up. Can I get let me get some cream pies with double stuffed cream pies.
Nut me or cream pie nut me.
I want to know how long before the Catholics go out and start protesting this place.
I can't believe this is an actual place that like they allowed to open.
Yeah.
So what's the name of your business? Well, let me tell you, it's called Slutty Buns.
Right.
Well, that's not a porn shop.
Praz is saying there's a place like this in Boys Town called Willy Waffles. We might have to make a trip. We got the food. You guys are the food guys. You guys want to make a review? You guys could be like the Portnoy for slutty foods.
And then we can stop at like DS Tequila Company and have some Sunday fun day.
The big thing that I am surprised is like that they let them have the name Slutty Buns, because like, I mean, you know, most of those, I have been to a couple places that are like adult themed, you know, like dessert places, and it's never like that forward with the name.
Oh my god. Okay. We gotta go to Grand Rapids. I need to.
I did like how Peter was like warm pastry apple.
Peter wanted that warm ass pastry.
Macaroni in a pot. That's warm apple pastry.
I am going to be curious how often they change their menu and how many other slutty puns they can come up with.
This might be like the Jason's Farm Report. We're just going to have to figure out whenever there's a menu change. We'll keep everybody updated.
Yeah.
We lost them.
You could do a chub, no chub with that.
No, now we're talking different things. We ain't talking pastries then.
All right. That's it for headlines.
That is it for headlines.
All right. It's time to do some good old fashioned King of the Ring. Peter's going to be running this one. And Peter, you said you got best friends for us today, correct?
Yeah. So it's King of the Hill. You guys remember it from before. I was thinking about what like topics, and to be honest, this was just something that came to my head really rapidly, and I just thought like the first 12 that came to mind were the ones that I put up there. So don't come at me in the comments like, where's this guy at? Or I can't believe you forgot this. These are, I guess, what my best friends, both movies and TVs. And like we mentioned, we might be too old, for best friend talk. At least at this point in my life, it's just people I tolerate. But when you were a kid, you definitely had your best friend. Even like the MySpace top 8, like there was like some prestige to like who's your top friend.
I'm already calling Perfect Strangers is going to be my 1-1. There better be some Belky in here.
No, so here's the deal. I thought about doing Belky. I thought Bronson Pinchot should have been the lead in that. Like those guys were too even, so they technically weren't like the lead. So he's out. Belky's out of this. But pick a number, Jay. We'll start there.
All right, let's go with number 5.
Wow, we're starting off hot. George Costanza, best friend to Jerry Seinfeld. Go to get to your next one.
I'll start with 5 and then number 3.
5 and 3. That is Turtle from Entourage. So now here's the thing. Everyone has different criterias for your best friend. So you pick them, Jason. You go first.
All right. So Turtle seemed like, yeah, he's your boy, but he's also leeching off you, and he wants money for this and that, and he needs sneaker money and a place, and he wants to start his own tequila company and whatever. He's leeching. George is a ride or die, man. He's taking one for the team. He's gonna embarrass himself. And I gotta go George.
I think it's closer than you just portrayed it. 100%. Fuck. I gotta go George with a slight caveat because Turtle was a ride or die too.
Yeah,
like that dude. Yes, it really started off as a leeching thing. But then, like, really showed his like true colors towards the end.
That's where my argument would be, and now maybe you guys, already picked George, but maybe I could convince you to go otherwise. George, by far, and I'll spoil it for everybody. He's probably the best character here. Everybody loves George, right? He had some of the best all-time movie things. He's too selfish to be a good best friend. All he cares about is George. Turtle will hide the weed for you. He'll go get the liquor for you. He'll go get like anything you need. And a lot of that is because he's leeching off of you, but he's still a friend.
But what happens when the money dries up? What happens when the money's gone? Then what?
He was there when the money was gone. He
knew it was gonna come around.
But he's been a friend since day one, since they lived in New York before any money. I think Turtle is the better of the friends, but obviously I got outvoted. You guys, George moves on.
George moves on, but it was a lot closer than
that could have been a champion. That could have been a championship battle right there.
It could have been, absolutely.
All right, Dougie. Yeah, Dougie, you're up.
Let's go number 12.
Number 12. Let me get these comments out of here. Patrick Star, noted best friend to SpongeBob.
I mean, the dude put the flag in his ass cheeks, and I mean, he's ride or die too. I mean, he's stupid, but I guess I got to stick with George. But Patrick Star is up there, man. He's
I've never watched any of the SpongeBobs. I only know Patrick based off the memes.
He's ride or die, man. He's as ride or die as they come.
I'm still sticking with George.
Yeah, that's fine. We could keep going with George. I will say Patrick Star. And now this is a question for the group, and maybe we're indicting ourselves here, and we don't know. We're not going to say name names, but would you rather have a like best friend that's like way smarter than you, or do you want like kind of like the dumb sidekick that like he's just kind of along for the ride?
No, I need someone equally my mentality or above? Because I can't be covering up for or getting in the situations because of your dumbass.
I'm okay with being the Patrick Star in the friendship. Like I'm okay being the dumb guy. Like being the smart guy has never been my forte. But yeah, like having a friend that is really dumb when I consider myself not intelligent. Yeah, it's a little rough, a little hard.
There's benefits, pros and cons to both. All right, Jay, you're up.
All right, let's go number 10.
Let's go number 10. Charlie Day, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Now, this is another guy that it seems like, you could argue Mac is Dennis's best friend, but Charlie is Mac's best friend. And then you got, Danny DeVito's character, Frank, somewhere in between there. But I think Charlie is the linchpin of that group. So that's why I picked him compared to all the others. So are we going Charlie or are we going George?
I've only seen a handful of episodes from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I do love the meme. But
Pepe Sylvia meme.
Yeah, but I still gotta go George.
I'm going Charlie Day on this one.
I'm going Charlie Day on this one.
This dude, wild card. I mean, some of the shit that like in those episodes with Frank, like him just like, just like crying his love, like, let's just go back to the house and play night crawlers. Like, yeah. 100%
I agree.
Charlie Day.
Like I mentioned before, George is all-time TV character, but Charlie Day is a better friend. He'll kill rats in the basement for you. He'll do everything you need. So yeah, I think Charlie I think I would consider it an upset, but I would rather have Charlie as a friend than George.
Yeah.
All right, Dougie.
Let's go number 7.
Ooh.
So now we're talking Garth. Best friend to Wayne from Wayne's World. We're doing Garth. He's got the Blackhawks jersey. I added this picture maybe to lead people some way or another, but we're going Garth or Charlie Day, Dougie.
I'm sticking with Charlie Day on this one. No notes.
Yeah, I think I'm going Charlie Day too, just because Garth is the dumb friend. We just talked about that with Patrick Star, and the more so like he's a pushover. Like you can tell him to do whatever you want, and it's like I don't need a friend like that all the time. So Garth will do stuff for you, but almost to a bad extent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now I agree with you guys. I think Charlie is the better of the two friends. But you need somebody to play hockey on the street with, and Garth is
Game
like
game on. All right.
Delete. Trying to delete this thing. There we go.
Let's go with let's go top row number 1.
Number 1. This is Skeeter. This is Doug Funny's best friend from the cartoon Doug. If you guys remember, he did the but this is a all-time cool character. A lot of the times for TV shows, the main character is the more straight-laced guy, and the best friend is the more cooler, hipper of the two. So are you guys going Skeeter or Charlie Day?
No, I'm sticking with Charlie Day. Skeeter obviously has like uranium poisoning or something.
So you see color, Jason? You racist?
I see uranium and radiation poisoning illuminating from his skin, and no, I don't want Charlie Day.
Yeah, I gotta go Charlie Day on this one. Like
right.
I can't have somebody outshining me.
That's true. That's a good point. Skeeter was the cooler of the two, but yeah, I'm going Charlie as well. So that's a sweep. Who's up?
Dougie.
I'm gonna go number 4.
This is Chewbacca, right-hand man, ride or die to Han Solo. I just talked about Life Day to start this show. He's celebrating. Are we eliminating Chewbacca on Life Day of all days?
Dougie?
Fuck yeah, I don't get in that nerd shit.
No, I'm going Chewbacca, man. He's a mean shot. He's your bodyguard.
Hell yeah.
He's your muscle.
Your muscle, your mechanic.
He can choke someone and make you and be like, no, I want to do it this way. Otherwise, Chewie here is gonna fuck you up. So yeah, Chewie's the best friend you want and need in your life.
There we go. I'm going Chewie all day. Like you mentioned, there's people might not see it, but there is a little bit of Charlie Day Chewbacca similarities in that regard. Of like they're kind of like the Swiss Army knife, and they'll do everything you need when you need it. But when push comes to shove, you want somebody that's gonna potentially save your life. And Chewie's a ride or die. So we're going Chewie for now. Who's next?
Star Wars.
Let's go number 9. Let's go corners.
Corners here. So now this is sorry, Dougie, this is another nerd shit. We're talking Samwise Gamgee, best friend to Frodo in the Lord of the Rings series. Some guy that will literally go to the ends of the earth with you just because he's got nothing better to do. He is the prototypical ride or die, and he's always looking out for breakfast and second breakfast. So he's also good for that. Always looking for a good meal. So that's a little bit of lore for you, Dougie. Just in case you don't know
this hard
Lord of the Rings, but you know both characters, Jason. So I'll start with you.
I've never seen any of the Lord of the Rings. So
oh shit!
Chewie could kill him and snap his neck in a heartbeat.
You sons of bitches! I should have done this on the Baloney Show then. I'm getting too nerdy for you guys.
Yeah. I gotta go with the guy that has second breakfast. If I don't know either of the characters, I gotta go with the guy that has second breakfast.
That's a great call. Second breakfast is a key part of his character, but I'm still going Chewie, I guess. Jason, you went Chewie too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going Chewie. Samwise is a good friend. I will say that. Although Joey P's in the comments saying that's Rudy, you're not fooling me. That is Rudy.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Dougie's up.
Go number 8.
This is Sean Hunter of Boy Meets World. He is best friend to Corey Matthews. A little bit of a ladies' man. He is the cooler of the two, like we mentioned before with Skeeter. But when you think of ride or die best friends, at least in grade school, high school, and beyond, I would think Sean Hunter is the prototypical best friend. So Dougie, you kick it off.
He is, as much as he is a very ride or die, he's also that guy that is going to get you into some shit.
You kind of need that. If you're a nerd like Corey Matthews, you kind of need someone to kind of get you out of the shell, kind of get you talking to girls and stuff.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, he was Mr. Steal Your Girl. I got to go with Chewie still. I mean, I haven't gone with Chewie once yet, so I don't know why I said still. But yeah, he's just a troublemaker, and I'm a good guy now. So,
Sean Hunter is your ride or die best friend, but as Colonel Bourbon has said, he is Mr. Steal Your Girl. So I don't trust any guy good looking and better looking than me that is going to try to steal my girl. That I have one to begin with back in the day. So, but he also, like Dougie, you were saying, like the troublemaker. He also looks like he's gonna like make you hold his drugs, and you're gonna get caught with them, and then have to explain why you have 12 ounces of fentanyl in your locker. So
fentanyl. You went hard with that.
It's 2025, man. It's not weed anymore.
Yeah, this was back in the 90s.
So yeah, Chewie's my still go-to.
Joey P makes a good point. Sean Hunter would for sure hold your floppy disk, Jay.
Yeah.
Is that a euphemism for something?
No, I'm still going Chewie as well, but I do think of all I didn't put Kimmy Gibbler on here. I didn't put a lot of other people, but of all the grade school sitcom-y things, Sean Hunter is the better or best of those best friends in my eyes. But he's eliminated. So who's next?
I think I'm up. Let's go number 11.
Joey Tribbiani of Friends fame, best friend to Chandler and to Ross Geller. Have you seen Dougie? Have you seen Friends?
Yes, I have walked in the room a few times when Mary was watching. It's not mine though.
Oh, yeah. This one's tough because he is the dumb friend, but he's also like the sweetheart, guy. And he probably has some girls around, so he probably needs a good wingman at times too. But that being said, I think I still have to go with Chewy because I want the muscle and people to bend to my will when I need something my way.
People forget Chewy's got a temper. He'll rip the limbs off of you if you cross him sideways. So while you want someone to be your right-hand man, Jay, you piss Chewy off, you're on the bad side of a Wookiee.
That's true.
You don't want to get that.
It's true. I'm a good guy, so.
You are.
All right. I'm going Joey because this is the one factor that I do know about him that you guys are failing to mention. He is the dumb friend, but he's also the breadwinner. And that dude had he had the money from the shows that he was in for the General
acting.
Hospital, I think it was. The acting.
Oh, you know this show better than you want to admit. If you know the General Hospital lore of Dr. Drake Ramore, Friends, my friend.
Okay, then I know a little bit more than I'm leading onto, but I will tell you, he's one of those guys that like would have the cool shit in his basement, like a pinball machine or something.
Oh yeah,
nothing, motherfucker. I just set you up for I just set you up for a dunk, and you did. Yeah,
he's not listening. He's watching Monday Night Football over there. No, I think we talked about Turtle. This is almost Joey Tribbiani is almost the Vinny Chase to that Turtle, right? Because he's the actor, he gets the ladies, but he is a good friend. He likes a good sandwich. He knows all the New York sandwich places. This is hard, and if it's up to me, I can't go against Star Wars. I think Joey's the better friend, but I can't go. I'm not going against Chewbacca.
Oh my god.
At least not yet. I don't remember what the next two are. So
two left. Dougie, you're up.
All right, I'll go number 6.
Delete. Oh, Seth from Superbad. We talked about the coming of age stories a little bit with Boy Meets World, but this guy's just trying to get laid and trying to get his friend laid as well. Thoughts?
Dougie.
Great character, asshole friend. So I gotta go Chewbacca. I mean, phenomenal character, but he had one thing on his mind, and that was it. And it was, I'm slaying first, and then you can have the scraps.
Yeah, and not only that, but we're gonna do whatever bullshit I get in. You're gonna put up whatever bullshit I get into just so I can get some pussy.
Yep.
So who cares if you get arrested? Buy illegal beer beer underage. It didn't care. Get your ass beat. Fucking emptying out fucking jugs of fucking Tide.
Yep.
No.
But
so
go ahead.
You want to say George was a selfish friend? He's the epitome of a selfish friend.
My correlation was going to be this was basically George Costanza in high school. Probably they are so similar with the two to where I think he could have been George Costanza. Seth could have been George Costanza in high school. They are too selfish. I'm going Chewy.
Much better hair though than George.
Yeah.
But but seriously, you want to talk about S tier meme / GIF? The fuck me, right? That will forever be used.
Ask me about my wiener.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What was that? Accepted, right?
Yeah.
All right, last one.
Chewy
versus. Oh man,
Milhouse Van Houten. The ultimate best friend to Bart Simpson. He is Bart Simpson's ride or die, like we mentioned. Get into shenanigans, never think twice.
Well, here's my thing about Milhouse, right? Chewy will do the ass beatings when you need them to be done. Millhouse will take them for you when you need one.
This is the life we chose.
Yeah.
And everything does come up Millhouse. I need to think about this. Dougie, go ahead.
Dude, I just can't have a consistent friend that's trying to bang my sister. It's just not going to happen.
Good point.
So for that, I have to eliminate Millhouse. I do agree with your thesis on the taking an ass beating for you, because Bart Simpson would get himself into some shit, and doesn't need to be the punching bag. I guess I'm going fucking Chewy on this.
I'll let you go first, Jay. Or do you want?
No, you go. I want to be.
Well, it's not. It won't be the deciding factor because I'm going Chewy. I love Millhouse as a character. He's got like some hilarious. It goes back to me talking about like you kind of don't want. You can't have like the full-fledged nerd as your best friend. He could be part of the crew,
The leader of the group.
You need like the nerdy guy. A lot of the times I was the nerdy guy, but you can't have him as the 1A best friend. So I'm going.
You got the dud. He looks like you, Poindexter.
Exactly.
All right, Chewy it is. Chewy is the bestest friend because he will kill for you. He will fight your battles, and he will damn sure scare people into doing.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think when I was doing this that Chewy was gonna end up the winner, but I mean, we made some. I'm trying to make.
I had a hard time. I had a hard time making those bigger too.
Hey, I mean, it happens when at our age.
Yeah. I think Chewy. I think this with Chewy is the longest one.
The reign.
Yeah, has gone like on a run.
I almost went Joey Tribbiani. That was the closest I went to going against Chewy, but I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Well, you might as well cut a promo for the Baloney Show now that Chewy won.
Yeah, speaking of Star Wars, I'm going to be talking a little bit of nerd stuff on Wednesday. We'll talk about that later.
All right, let's bump some people.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You call me a bum? My man, I take that with pride, with honor, that I'm a bum. I'm the king of the bums, baby.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Bum.
All right, let's get to our listener bumps and MVPs. Oh, kicking it off with a little turkey time. I'd say, starting with MVB, whoever puts Peter up in your home during Bears Steelers week, he may only visit the children in Chile. Ooh, it's gonna get that nasty throughout the week, huh? You got the.
It's only Monday. I told her it's not even close to the weekend, and we're already starting this shit.
And she told you to go fuck yourself. So that's or bummer of the week. I already thought shitty Bears fan. Whoa, okay. So now we're shitty Bears fans. See? We're obsessed with the with Green Bay, changing. They suck even when they're not chanting. I don't think you meant to say chanting.
Yeah,
they suck even when not playing them. But it looks like it's the way with Blackhawks fans as well, cheering Detroit sucks at a Blackhawks game when you're playing a Canadian team. I think it was one. I think it was like one or two people.
It was a couple people, but it is a little bit of like the little brother syndrome. I talk about it all the time. I don't like the Green Bay chant at Sox or at Bears games when like we're not playing Green Bay. It seems little brotherish, but it is not only Bears Steelers week, but it's Bears versus Aaron Rodgers week. So I think it plays this week for sure.
Peter, I got one question for you. Where are the tickets located? Whose Ticketmaster account?
Joey P's.
Oh, with Bears fans.
With Bears.
Julie. What a conundrum. What a conundrum.
That ain't gonna stop her. She don't care. Although she did say that we need the P's. We need Joey and Sandy as a buffer. So we will not be sitting together. We're gonna have two kind pantojas between a Bears and Steelers fan. We need them as the moderators, if you will.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
Next up is Joey P, MVP, Oakland Tech for his Goose Island Prop Day contributions. So he gave you a stack of chips there, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, amongst other people, but yes, he was the one that kicked it off. We weren't even one sample deep, and he gave us 8 more. So
Damn.
yeah.
Wow.
Good guy, Rich Bissett.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Joey P. Bum of the week. NFL refs. Yeah, missing that blatant. Look at he's staring right there. He's literally got a clean eyesight to that. Fire that.
I know.
Fire that ref.
Yeah.
And he said I didn't see it. I'm like, bullshit.
Yeah. And speaking of him, Rich, MVB, De La Salle High School boys soccer that won the 2A state championship after 2 double overtime and penalty kicks, which is the first state championship in the school's history. As a St. Lawrence guy, fuck De La Salle. Second to St. Lawrence. Hey, there we go. Soccer. That was the 3A state runner-up after a second overtime loss to nationally ranked Naperville North and Bears. All right, I guess I'll take a 3A runner-up, not 2A, but I'll take it. St. Lawrence. I guess their athletics are coming up from.
No, they are. They've been way better. Their baseball.
Yeah.
I think Rich's son was a part of that.
See what happened. See what happens when you have a co-ed school. You get good athletes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Checks out.
Ted Gruber, Bum of the Week, is the guy sitting in front of Dougie and I at a comedy show. Was mad he was at front of the house and said he was going to get picked on and blamed his wife and wouldn't let go of his coat through the entire show. All right, Dougie, tell what's going on here.
Yeah, dude. It was so we had really good seats, and guy like literally right out of the gates or whatever gets to the seats and was just like, "Why do you gotta buy tickets so close? The guy's gonna pick on me." And I was like, "Holy shit!" Like
Good luck, dude.
I audibly looked over at my buddy Teddy and I go, "Wow, what a man!" like he's like that's what he's worried about. And then he's like kind offered to go grab a drink for him and his lady friend, and she goes, "Yeah, you can just leave your coat here." And he clutched his coat like it was worth $1 million. It was a shitty ass leather jacket. It's terrible.
So they were blatant on a date.
It seemed like on a date,
Not married.
I pegged it out as he's unemployed 100%, just the way he was acting.
Maybe there was fentanyl in his coat and he didn't want to leave it.
You're just throwing out the fent left and right. I like it though. I like it.
Maybe he's holding it for his buddy.
Yeah, he could have been. Could have been.
And Sean Hunter.
The one thing I will say, Dougie, and you didn't mention this, but this was at a Chris D'Elia show. And while Julie and I watched a couple of the D'Elia specials, don't get me wrong, we don't go to comedy shows often, but when we do, there is a little part of you that's like, what if they pick on me? Or like, what if the crowd work starts? Of all the people, I want D'Elia to pick on me because you got shit to go back at him. Like, there's a laundry list of shit you could talk shit about Chris D'Elia.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, it's not like anybody else. It's like, no, like this guy, guy thinks.
Yeah, and at the end of the night or whatever, like, who cares if somebody makes fun of you? Like,
or you're there to laugh.
Yeah, enjoy yourself. Laugh at yourself. If you can't laugh at yourself, I don't know.
We've been doing that for 257 episodes.
All right, next up we got King S, MVB, Bears, Bum of the Week, Bulls. Yeah, that was
back down to earth. How many games have you been watching now?
I watched like half a game. So
that's all it took for them to tank from 5-0 start. You watched half a game and now they're back.
You knew the Bulls were good. The Bulls were gonna Bulls. They couldn't.
That was the biggest fool's gold thing ever. Yeah. Like when we were like 5-0 and they're like, do we have to start talking Bulls? And everyone's like, nope.
Hey, guess what? We're still gonna be in that play-in tournament and we'll be on the road.
They're not even in the playoffs now. They went from 5-0 to not even being in the playoffs. I know it's November, but still.
Yeah, they'll work their way into that Miami matchup.
Yeah. Yep. Jeff Bartlett bummed Jamar Chase for spitting at Jalen Ramsey, then denying doing it when there's video proof out there. Cameras are on you, my man.
Yeah, it's bad, especially because I need Jamar Chase and I got him on a couple fantasy.
That's why you just gotta do like a Rick James, like when he was like, yeah, I stopped my feet on his couch. You gotta own it. Like, yeah, I spit on him.
Yeah, I like
just
own it.
Why don't these players fake the sneeze?
Oh, you think that would be able to get away with? You blame it on allergies instead of
dude, and then afterwards you have the press game conference or whatever, like by your locker, and you got like the thing of like your Zyrtec in the background. Allergies are terrible this season. It's a long play. You gotta have the.
You've thought about this. You spit on somebody before.
Maybe.
All right, next up, Sidney Brown, Bum of the Week, Jamar Chase for spitting in the face of Jalen Ramsey. What a disgusting act of humanity. And Bulls current losing streak. I see a trend here. MVPs.
I just read it as what a disgusting act of humanity. The Bulls' current losing streak.
Both. Yeah. No. I agree.
MVPs, the Blackhawks for honoring their legends before last Sunday's game. And good luck, Turkey, next Sunday. LOL. No.
Good luck, Peter. What the hell, Sid?
Yeah. Good luck,
Bum of the Week, Sid. Thank you for your contribution.
Yeah. Sammy Davis Jr., 5,000 MVP. Donald Trump for replacing Nancy Reagan as White House throat goat.
I said if you submit it, we're going to post it. I like this one a lot.
Southside Jeff, MVP, YouTube TV for holding strong and not being extorted by Disney. No immediate rate increase. And user will get access to ESPN Unlimited. It's coming.
For now.
Yeah.
Grab your ankles. Bum of the Week, fans, social media people instigating for clout and clicks. Today's culture rewards too many for being awful. 100%.
Yeah.
You don't have to always do it for the views. Yeah. Sockside Boys, MVP, the ref who called PI in the Lions after Sirianni tried to lose the game.
Yeah.
Refs suck. Bum of the Week, 9. Hey, is it 9 or 9?
Both.
Yeah. 9. I can't do a German accent. Finally, Mailman Jack, MVP, Devin Duvernay for saving the day yesterday. Yes. And then Bum of the Week, Spike Lee for chasing clout, which, with that, Peter, kick us off on your Bums of the Week.
Yeah, I might as well, because that was exactly my Bum of the Week. I can't have every fucking Joe Schmo handing the Pope. And I know the 108 guys talked about this a little bit, but it keeps happening. It keeps happening that people are just clout chasing the Pope. He's Southside, baby. He said it. White Sox, Bears, maybe a little Blackhawks. We're not sure yet, but hopefully it's a little Blackhawks action as well. That's it. I don't want Spike Lee and his stink and all of the New York Knicks trying to do that. Like, I saw the Knicks NBA account post this. A bunch of other people posting this. He's not a New York guy. I don't know what this was. This was in poor taste. I did have the tweet out there earlier in the week. If everyone, like Chuck Swirsky was out there handing people having the Pope Bulls jerseys, we got to give them some Bums merch. I don't know who we have to send the delegation of
Joey
like White Sox
100%.
Twitter. You know what? That's a great point. It is. We have our guy. It's Joey P and Sandy P. We're going to send them to Vatican City with just a bunch of tchotchkes. We could put one of the 108 bobbleheads in there. I said we could toss an ass hat on there, a bunch of bum shirts. I'm going to give the Pope a bunch of the Bears stuff, a bunch of the White Sox stuff. For sure, the Jerry the Clown shirt. He would wear that. I think he would like that so much, he'd probably wear that in a mass. But we got to get some Bums merch and White Sox Twitter merch to the Pope, because at this point anybody's getting it. And I understand Spike Lee, very famous director, a bunch of great movies, but it seems like anybody's. I mean, somebody handed the Pope an Aurelio's pizza the other day because he's an Aurelio's guy. Mm-hmm. Imagine traveling from Chicago all the way to Italy with a Aurelio's pizza.
Carrying that on your lap for 9 hours.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So do you think the Pope's got like a confessional just full of bullshit merchandise, like how like Barstool's got like that, closet full of crap?
Yeah. It's like he's sitting on his Vatican throne, and I don't even know if there's a throne because he's not the king, but he's sitting in his Vatican office, and he's probably got multiple piles of sports memorabilia, like Big Cat's piles in his office. Right. If you guys are familiar, it's just shit that people send him, just a pile of clothes. That's exactly what the Pope is currently going through right now.
Also, I just like he's still busted the same face you get when you get a bad gift.
Yeah, this is exactly like when one of your tias gets you like a shitty sweater for your birthday, and it's like, I just wanted the cash, tia.
Yeah. What else you got, Peter?
That's it. That's it for my bums of the week. A quick MVBs go out. One to Road Dogg and everybody at the Ramova, not only because of our watch parties and everything else. We had a nice date night. It was a double date night. Johnny, Missy, myself, and Julie we went to go see the French Police. French Police is a Mexican American band from Chicago, but they're very 80s inspired. They're like sound like New Order, Depeche Mode, a lot of that kind of influence. They're kind of blowing up. They've had sold out shows everywhere. And of course, everyone at the Ramova, treated us really well. It was a date night of sorts, and we had a really good time. So thank you to everyone at the Ramova. Everyone check out French Police if you can. They're really good. And then my second double date night, because we took Scarlett to the Blackhawks game on Saturday. It was Dougie. Dougie, you couldn't make it because you were looking at that guy complain about his leather jacket in the front row. So you couldn't make it to the Blackhawks game. You gave me the tickets. That was my first Blackhawks game of the season. It was a great time. Jason and Sarah were there. And then obviously Sandy P and Joey P were there. We saw Jeff Bartlett there. Colonel Bourbon was there. And we took Scarlett. A lot of times when you have two kids,
Winkleman Jones.
Yeah, Winkle Jones was there. But yeah, when a lot of times when you have two kids, like you split time and like Landon gets a lot of the attention. Scarlett's getting older. We said, hey, we'll Landon could stay with grandma and grandpa. We'll take you to the Blackhawks game. You could have a good time. And she really liked it. She liked it last time when we went, Dougie, and she liked it this time. So we got a budding Blackhawks fan in the group.
Nice. Awesome. Love it.
Dougie, you're up.
All right. My quick MVB just goes out to, and this is going to sound really like commercialized, but Goose Island. Goose Island did the Bourbon County Day, which we're going to be dropping some videos of me and Joey doing some little reviews of this year's lineup. This fucking guy eating. Just shout out. Like every year I go, it just seems like the hospitality's there. The value for your ticket is all there. And they're just a really good brand, and they seem like they care about their customers, their consumers. So it was a fun time again, as always. My bum of the week goes out to Jack Doherty, right? Is that how I'm saying it right? Jack Doherty, YouTube influencer. I don't know what he's influencing. To be an asshole, that's what he's influencing. He's influencing people to be jerks. If you ever seen any of his videos, I don't know what his main videos are about, but all I see is like his videos of like him bumping into people on the streets like you're a hard ass, and then having his security like fight his fights for him. And
professional asshole is what his title is.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Well, anyway, he just got arrested. He just got arrested over the weekend for possession and amongst some other things, and was complaining that in lockup there was nothing to do, and it was his worst day ever. Worst day ever. Why did I say it like Trump? I don't know. But anyway, the kid's an asshole. The kid's an asshole. I wish he could be in jail for longer. I wish YouTube would have a little sense of pride and start banning people that are doing stupid shit like that.
That's enough for the BumCast. It was good. It was fun while it lasted.
I don't know. If we ever get enough money to hire a security guard, look out.
Yeah, we got Chewbacca called Joey P. He's our guy.
Yeah. No. Yeah, who's he gonna fight? That dude will hug you.
That's true.
I'm sorry my guy bumped into you. But yeah, that's all I got today. Just be better people.
All right, I'm gonna close this out. And first off, I have no MVPs this week. I got two bums.
Nobody good.
First bum is TNT, the channel.
Okay.
It's been about 10 days now, and they're nonstop playing Elf and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's overkill, man. You're gonna kill it by the time Christmas comes along. Just it almost on every time. I understand that they only have like 3 movies they can show on TNT apparently for Christmas, but way too early in the season for overkill. That's just me.
I'm down with that. I'm I'm anti-Christmas tree up right now too.
Yeah. All right,
hold on. November 17th is still too early. I think it's right around the right time. I should have put up some Christmas lights, and I didn't. But it was nice this weekend. This is the perfect time to put up your shit.
20s. Hit the 20s. 20 is my jumping off point.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt Jason's segment.
All right. Finally, I have to bum. I never think I was going to do it because the Bears are winning, and we love him. He's great. I got to bum Ben Johnson.
Oh, wait a minute.
I got to bum Ben Johnson. I love Coach. I love Coach, but he did something so egregious yesterday. I don't know if it's forgivable. You cannot give Kevin Warren a game ball.
Oh,
under any circumstance, can you be giving Kevin Warren a game ball? That motherfucker doesn't do shit for the Bears except prolong stadiums that should have been done 3 years ago. And what do you get a game ball for picking out fucking cushions? It was his birthday. Here's a participation trophy fucking game ball. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Game balls should go to people who deserve it. And Cairo Santos didn't deserve one either. And neither did Devin Duvin. No one should have got a game ball. You don't need to give out game balls just to give out fucking game balls. Game balls are for closers only. Just like coffee. And yes, Cairo Santos won it, but he almost costed it, so he's not a closer. And Kevin Warren cannot close deals. No game ball for him.
Stolen valor.
Ben Johnson needs to reevaluate his game ball criteria. Sometimes it's okay not to give out a game ball, especially to do nothings like Kevin Warren.
Dougie, are you with me on this? Now we've come up with a couple new segments, or at least ideas, on this podcast. Going forward on Bears Wins, Jason, that's how we're going to start the show. You're going to give out the game balls if needed be.
Dude, I'm down with that. I don't know. That was the closest thing that I'm ever going to get to church because this motherfucker was preaching. I was down with that.
That was fucking the epitome of participation trophy game ball, man. You stand in the background by the door and go.
Yeah. It was also kind of the way he said it, too. He was like, and this big guy's got a birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
I love you, Coach. Bum of the week, Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hope they well done his steak at whatever steakhouse he's eating at with all his friends right now as he's getting paid hourly.
Bum of the week, Ben Johnson. Everyone go buy the new Ben Johnson shirt that we have on the market.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, just because I bum him for giving out game ball doesn't mean you can't own that sweet graphic on the back of your shirt. So I'm gonna next week on the show we'll debut it. We'll show it live on there so you can see what it looks like.
Yeah.
All right, Peter, what do you got coming up on the Baloney Show Wednesday?
Nerd stuff. There was some big news, not only nerd stuff, but there also was big news in Major League Soccer. They're literally changing their schedule. I said, I had some thoughts on it, and Jason said, save that for the Baloney Show. That's exactly why you have your own show. Because I was like, you're going to give me the shriff and growl within 5 seconds of me talking about that. So I've got some nerd news. I got some MLS news and a couple other fun ideas. Next week, I've got Brandon Spinner, Whiskey Weather, coming on. We're going to talk about him quitting his job as a Kentucky weatherman to go whiskey content full time. I thought that's an interesting story. He's got a huge following on Instagram and YouTube. He's one of the better whiskey review guys, in my opinion. So he'll be on next week. But yeah, I'm going to talk. It's going to be a soccer heavy episode on Wednesday.
All right. Well, that's our episode of BumCast. Thanks for everyone who commented, who liked, and joined us in our chat. We really appreciate you guys all. Everyone have a great week. Peter will see you on Wednesday. Until then, everyone have a great week and bear down.
Happy birthday, Kevin Warren.
Fuck.